welcome to another episode of Tokyo Reds. Today, obviously, calm down, John. I know it's an exciting time, but calm down. Anyway, so yes, we're going to be talking about the Premier League, and we're going to talk about predictions, what we think the league will be at the end of the season. Now, fireworks?
Fireworks.
Oh, that's a fireworks. If you see that, that's pretty.
That was unplanned.
That was completely unplanned.
We fucking planned that one for you.
What else was unplanned is we've also written our leagues, what we think the leagues will be, in complete secrecy, right? I do not know what any of these guys have written.
I don't even know what I've written. That's
So it's going to be interesting. We're probably going to disagree with everybody, and everyone's going to have a big fight, but that's going to be good for YouTube. Anyway, so we're going to begin from the bottom and work our way up. So, okay, 20th, John.
Burnley.
Burnley.
Hull City.
Hull City. Burnley, that's a bit harsh.
Yeah, fuck them.
All right, fair enough. 19.
Burnley.
Burnley.
Middlesbrough.
Middlesbrough! They've signed Negredo and Valdez in goal and all this. Sure, you're going to have some enemies at the end of this, John.
It's like QPR, isn't it?
Yeah.
Same thing.
Awesome. When you got Joey Barton in your team.
What was it? Joe, what was his name? Cesar?
Yeah.
Like Cesar and Ji-sung Park.
Negredo will bang some goals in there. Like, well, I get your point. I do get your point. They are similar. But bloody hell, you've made some enemies straight off the bat, John. 18.
Sunderland.
Watford.
Swansea.
Wow, that's very different. Okay. Why, who did you say?
Sunderland.
Sunderland. Why? David Moyes? Football genius.
I know, yeah, but, you know, they've been... It's like Wigan, isn't it? They've been, like, bouncing... It's like a bouncing ball. They've been hitting that bottom... I mean, like, last season, they just about got through the skin and the teeth. And I think it's just going to stop bouncing, and they're going to go.
Fair enough. Watford, for me, just got rid of a really good manager. Yeah, they did do well, and the forwards did well, but I think that, you know, I think they're going to have an awful season this season. I hope they do quite better, but I don't think they will. Tom.
Swansea.
Swansea.
I like Swansea, by the way. Nothing against them.
Bastard.
Behave yourself. Right. Yeah, Swansea. Ashley Williams is gone. We actually had a chat about it.
Massive, actually, yeah.
He's gone to Everton. He's the captain.
Good point.
Since Rodgers and Laudrup, there's been problems at Swansea. They've stayed up. They've had enough quality to stay up, but I do definitely think there's problems. No disrespect to them, but I mean, the way they finished last season, some of their results were just atrocious. I was watching it, I was thinking, if you guys are in the Championship, you'd be getting hammered. I really don't think unless they have huge changes, I think they're gone. They're down.
Fair enough. Cool. Where are we? 17.
Right, so I read this on the train. This is a 10-minute job. I read this in, and I forgot 20 teams. I only remembered 19 teams. Okay. So I wasn't comfortable.
So we'll skip 17 then?
No, used to it.
Okay, fair enough. 17, West Brom.
Watford.
Okay, yeah, similar, very similar. I think West Brom are going to be awful this season. They're all, like, Tony Pulis, Tony coaches awful teams, but he'll do enough to keep them up, but only just they're, you know, he's a woeful manager. So there we go.
Watford, I think, will just about stay up. I don't think they'll have a good season. I think they'll have a bad season, but the thing is, the three teams below them will be that bad that they will stay up. Kind of like Everton back in the day, they'd finished 17th, and the other three sides were just that bad.
Fair enough, yeah. All right, well, where are we? 16.
And Bournemouth.
Swansea.
West Brom.
Okay, yeah. Bournemouth 16. That's quite. It's not actually that low compared to mine.
Yeah, I mean they've made some good young signings, but new manager.
Very good manager.
Yeah, very good manager. New players, but yeah, I think they'll be a solid. They'll give some solid performances. I think they'll play kind of like team football. I know that sounds fucking stupid, and I'm sorry, but what I mean is they've got no stars that they can just be like, you can just do roam where you want.
Jordan Ibe, mate. Massive. Brad Smith as well.
Double buyback clause.
Yes. Yes.
We're laughing.
Yes.
Shit, we're laughing.
Okay, fair enough. So, where are we? Sorry, my phone is stupid. Okay, 15. Yes, 15.
Watford.
Bournemouth.
Sunderland.
Okay, fair enough. We've talked about all those teams, so it's fine. 14,
Swansea.
Sunderland.
Stoke.
There you are. Yeah. So Stoke's 14.
Stoke 14. Honestly, I look.
Wow.
Yeah.
Joe Allen.
I know Joe Allen, but that's one man.
Roseanne.
They've got
Shaqiri.
They've got. He is a great man.
He is amazing.
They've got some good players.
Wells Perlo.
I agree, but I look at that side. I think Stoke, they've got some good players. I think they're going to have some good results against big teams. But actually, I think throughout the season, that system doesn't work. In my opinion, that system just doesn't work.
Wow. I love you, Tom. Controversy at the absolute finest.
Joe Allen, by the way.
Stoke 14. Okay, well, that's fine. Cool. 13.
I've done West Brom. That's purely.
Middlesbrough.
Crystal Palace.
I was just going. That's his position, isn't it? That's Pulis' position. It's not a good result. It's not a bad result. It's just fucking Pulis. Get the job.
That's a trophy for Pulis. Come on,
I think Middlesbrough. I think Middlesbrough will be one of the surprise teams this season. I think they've made some really good signings. I hope they do well. I've always, since the Ravanelli and Janino season, I've always had a bit of a soft spot for them, and I hope they do well. 13. Yeah, sounds.
I felt sorry for them. I'll throw it in because they got 3 points deducted, and I always thought that was spectacularly unfair. That was.
It certainly was. It certainly bloody was as well. Okay, then where are we now? 12.
Stoke.
Crystal Palace.
Middlesbrough.
Again, very different. Crystal Palace. I think they'll do all right. They did pretty bad last season, but if they sign Christian Benteke, I think that will sort them out. No problem. I do not rate their manager at all. Sorry, Palace fans, but he's awful. Yeah, fair enough. So the next one, 11.
Everton. Oh, have that.
Oh, 11. Sorry.
Bournemouth.
Bournemouth, that's, not a bad shout. 11, John.
I think even worse.
Instant enemies.
If Lukaku goes as well, maybe even lower. Because
Wow.
they've lost Stones. I think, he was a rock for them. They've just bought, what's his name?
Williams. Ashley Williams.
And who's the other midfielder?
John.
Crystal Palace.
Balassi.
Balassi.
Sorry, it's that rubbish I didn't think about.
Exactly. Well, he's found the right team then, hasn't he?
He's a Liverpool killer, though, to be fair.
Yeah. But I just don't think they've got enough in that team to get above.
Oh, well, you've gone with the current Coleman team. I've gone with the former. Southampton, I think, 11, to be honest. That's fair enough. All right, number 10. Yeah.
Crystal Palace.
Stoke.
West Ham.
West Ham.
West Ham. I think they're a really good side. And again, they did very well last season, but in all honesty, I think they did overachieve as their last season at the Bowling Ground. I love the Bowling Ground, by the way. Fantastic atmosphere. They did very well, but I think with managers like Pep Guardiola coming in, Chelsea getting a new manager, I think they're going to be knocked down a couple of positions, especially with us having Klopp for a full season. That's nothing against West Ham. I like you. I hope you do well in Europa League. I think they could actually have a really good European campaign, but in the league, I don't think they can. Yeah, I'm going 10.
Wow. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, that's cool. Okay, big one here for me, to be honest. 9th.
Southampton.
Leicester City.
Southampton.
Whoa! Well, there you go. Leicester City, I think they'll finish. I don't think they're going to have anywhere near the season they had last season. It's going to take some topping, to be honest. But I just think Kante's a massive loss. It's that difficult second album. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's going to be really, really difficult for him. And all the other teams that are the bigger teams have improved so much. I think Leicester will finish 9th. Really sorry, but you've had your fun. It's our turn to do better. Anyway, 8.
Leicester.
Everton.
Everton, all right, fair enough. Why Everton?
Everton, in fairness, I think they're going to have a better season. Martinez, he got found out. He had a very good first season. Second season, he got found out. They realised the guys can't defend. Koeman's coming in. He's made some good signings. I think they're going to be stronger, but at the same time, I can't see them going any higher than 8th. But I do think they'll have a good season for Everton. Maybe a cup run.
Okay, fair enough. 7.
West Ham.
Everton.
Manchester United.
Whoa! Right, just for the record, we've tried to make this as unbiased as possible. Manchester United 7th.
But look at their last 2-3 seasons?
Yeah, but even with Ibrahimovic, they just spent like 150 million.
Doesn't matter. Last season, how much they spent last season, they still finished 5th. They won the FA Cup.
They've got a much better manager who knows the league, and Pogba is like being that missing part for so many years. Like
And Ibra.
I mean, like, I think Martial would probably score more goals than Ibra. Just throwing it out there. But I think it's Pogba's the big, like, the missing link. Missing link? No, missing... Yeah, fuck it, why not?
Link.
But, yeah, he's like, you know, they haven't had a decent midfield since Scholes. Centre midfield since Scholes.
Yeah, okay. Wow.
Well, I'll explain my reasons.
Yeah.
I think that
Please do.
Don't wrong, I think they've got the best goalkeeper in the Premier League. De Gea is amazing. Last season he was amazing. But the big problem for United, as good as their attack is and as good as their goalkeeper is, they've got a very weak defence. If teams
Fair.
attack at them, they do not have a strong defence.
Fair.
In the Premier League, if you don't have a good defence, you're not... Well, yeah, in my opinion, you're not going to win the league. You're going to...
How many defenders?
Bailey
Oh, okay. But that's the thing as well.
is...
Going back on what Tom said, actually, it's quite interesting because with Mourinho as well, he sets up for defence. So you think maybe he's either going to change his game or he's going to go more attacking because he hasn't really invested in any like holding midfielders or defenders.
Okay, well, bloody hell. Now it's getting really, really tasty. Okay, so 6.
Spurs.
Chelsea.
Arsenal.
Ooh. Okay, why Spurs? They came almost second, third last season.
I think it's just because of so many teams have improved that I think the top 6 is just going to be almost impossible really to call.
I agree, actually. There's going to be nothing in it this season. That's fair.
I do think, you know, after watching last season where they just kind of just fell at the last hurdle, they kind of did in Arsenal. I know that's gonna be a bit of a pill to swallow, but
Yeah.
they did.
Yeah.
You know, the young players did really well, but just at the final third, you know, as the old saying goes, you don't win anything with kids. I just don't think they had enough in them.
Okay, fair enough. So you've said Arsenal outside the top 4. Mad one.
I've said Arsenal, and it'd be the first time in over 20 years it would happen. I say nothing against them, but ultimately, I mean, they finished what? They finished second last season. It was a 2-horse race, and they weren't in the 2-horse race, and they finished third. I look at Arsenal. I don't think they've done enough to improve. They've got some good players, but they're not improving in the areas where they're weak. Other sides, like, you know, obviously Pep Guardiola coming in, Mourinho, even though I think they're going to finish 7th, and Jurgen Klopp, like, I think it's going to be really difficult for Arsenal to compete. I'm not being disrespectful, that's being objective.
Fair enough, fair enough. Okay. Oh, God, this is getting crazy. 5.
Arsenal.
Arsenal.
Tottenham.
Okay.
I think this is the year Wenger goes.
Me too.
I think for years it's been painfully obvious that they need a world-class striker and a better defence. And what's he done? He's gone and bought attacking midfielders. You know, I mean, maybe it's going to be harsh, but but yeah, they haven't. He's not He's not taking Arsenal in the right direction. And I think to sound like an end of a season Arsenal supporter, he should go.
Yeah, fair enough. I completely 100% agree with everything you just said. Okay, now we get to the nitty gritty, the top 4. Here we go. Okay, so 4.
Chelsea.
Spurs.
Leicester City.
Leicester City in 4th.
The
Why?
reason, I think, in fairness to Ranieri, I don't think they'll win the league again.
Yeah. Wait, he did this before. He did do this before he started drinking.
All the pressure on me, but no. No, in fairness to Leicester, what they did last year, bear in mind, they went from like, what was it, mid-table team to being champions.
Just above relegation.
Yeah, just above relegation. Ranieri, tactically, he's very good. Regardless of the players you give him, he'll find a way. He'll find a way to make that work. I don't think they'll be champions again because I think teams will line up differently against them. I think teams will work them out. However, I think he'll adapt a little bit. The fact they're playing in Champions League, I think, is going to make them a better team. But I don't think they'll have that same drive for a title. I think they will focus on Europe. But in fairness to them, I do think they've got in them to finish top 4. If they adopt those tactics, especially against teams like Arsenal. Sorry, we're going to Arsenal again. Arsenal and Tottenham.
Sorry, Arsenal.
Those sides.
Not really.
And in fairness, right, they beat us 2-0 in the game in Leicester.
We beat them.
We beat them 1-0. They beat us 2-0. But like, they know how to make teams come at them, and I think they're going to stick to that against certain teams because teams are suckers for it.
You could argue though that last season there was so much transition going on last season with teams. There was, at Liverpool we just lost Rodgers and we just got this new manager who came out and said, I don't really care, like paraphrasing. It's like, this is just, a practice run basically. You had the fucking coup d'etat at Chelsea to get Mourinho out. And, so you did have these big changes going on, even at Tottenham as well. And it worked for it worked best for Tottenham, I think. But, yeah.
For me, like, I thought no one expected Leicester last season, where everyone will do their homework about them now, and I think people will approach them, especially in the first half of the season, people will approach them in a completely different way. I can't see it, but, fair play. Okay then, top three, here we go. Number 3.
I'm going to go for Liverpool.
Liverpool.
Oh, yes, I'm really pleased you guys said that, yes, because I've gone for Manchester United. Sweet. Happy days, yes. Okay, Liverpool third, why?
I think we're going to have a really good run. We're going to put teams to the sword, but at the same time, I hate to say it, defensively we're not strong enough. There's still going to be frailties. We're going to draw matches where we should win. We're going to lose matches where we should draw, and that's going to cost us finishing top. I'd love it if we finished top. I think we will challenge, but third, and I'll take third. It's Champions League.
Okay, fair enough. Why Liverpool third?
Going on what Tom said, I don't really think we've improved as a whole unit. I think we've made improvements in certain areas, but with Sturridge is going to be out for half the season, as he always is. We don't have really we have a good striker, we have a good striker in Origi, and Ings is okay, but we don't have anyone who can a finished product at the front. We don't have a finished product at the back. We don't have a good left back, and we don't have a good partnership at centre back.
Okay.
Nobody knows what they're going to be like, centre backs.
Fair enough. I haven't spoken about the scum. I'm Manchester United yet. And yeah, I think they will be really, really good this season. Like, to be honest, the top 6, any team in the top 6 could win the league. It's going to be really, really close. Maybe even goal difference decides the league this season. They are going to be really good. I just think with the new manager and a bit of a frail back four, they might be inconsistent. That's my only thing with Man United. Okay, so here we go. Top 2.
United.
Liverpool.
Chelsea.
Chelsea? Okay, no, fair enough. Why Chelsea?
Chelsea, they got a new manager. In fairness, these guys were champions 2 years ago. And when they were champions, they won it, 6-7 games to go? I don't know the exact amount of games. But it's still pretty much the same squad. There's been a couple of amendments made. Whatever happened with Mourinho at the start of last season happened. They've got a new manager now. I don't think they've got enough to win it, because whatever went wrong last season was enough for them not to be champions this year. I think they'll be very strong. They've got some fantastic players. I have to give credit where it's due. However, I still think there's problems. I still think there's a big problem with belief, and I think that's why they're going to miss out. But
Yeah.
I think the big problem with Chelsea as well is they've got so many aging players, and that's the thing. They've got such a big gap between their aging players, and they don't really bring too much youth through, do they? I mean, you've got that. What's his name? It's not Kennedy.
Lotus thingy?
Yeah,
Lotus Creek or something, I don't know. Dawson's Creek or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, that one. Him and Zuma.
Someone nobody cares.
I mean, they bought him, but
Not even Chelsea fans.
I know, yeah. But so they've got like an aged back four. Like Cahill's in his 30s now, I think. Terry's, like
98.
Yeah.
98, get it right, John.
Ivanovic, he's
Spring chicken.
yeah. I mean, but they've got a absolute class goalkeeper, haven't they? Courtois, it's great.
Yeah, he's very good. I think Chelsea, not for me this season. In a couple of seasons, definitely, but not now. Liverpool, I think we've, at the second half of last season, we scored more goals than anybody else. We've added more goals to that. We're going to score a crap ton this season, hopefully. I think we're better defensively. We need to sort out set plays, and that's about it. I think we've really, really got a good, solid squad now, and we've got one of the best managers in the league. We've also got no European distraction at all, so we can really, really go for it. Neither of Chelsea, but I just think with a new manager, they might struggle a little bit. Okay then, so I think
Unanimous,
it's unanimous. Number 1,
City.
City. There you go. So yeah, that's the only one that we've got matching, which is unbelievable. I think pretty much all three of us are matched. Is the champions. So Man City, well done. Looks like you're going to win the Premier League, bastards. So yeah.
No, I mean they have to. You know, it's kind of like last year. It was like if you bought us an F1 car and asked us to win the Grand Prix or something like that. You know, it's not going to happen. They had like some dickhead in charge. Not saying that we're dickheads, but I'm not saying we're not. And, but with Guardiola, you know, he's like, you know, the Lewis Hamilton and whatnot. And that's as far as my racing knowledge goes. But you know, he's world class, and he's inherited a world class team.
For me, like they've got the best squad. They've got arguably the best manager. Yeah, it's his first season, but I don't know, man. Like,
but I mean, there's that stat, isn't he? Like, he's won a trophy every 20 games. Guardiola.
Yeah.
So he is. I think at the moment he's the best. You know,
being at a top team, and Man City have got the top team. So, yeah, Tom.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, what he did with Barcelona, what he did with Bayern Munich, and the thing is, it's fine to say, well, someone came in, they won the league, but the difference is this guy's won the Champions League. When you win the Champions League, that puts you on a different caliber to most managers. I mean, look at. I mean, people say about like Celtic Rangers, and they say, "Oh, they won the league." It's like, oh, it doesn't really mean that much. And even with the Premier League, and again, sorry, I'm going for Arsenal one more time. Wenger has won the Premier League.
Sorry, Arsenal.
It was the Invincibles. Fair play was the Invincibles. Can't take that away from you. But you've never won a European Cup. Ultimately, if you can go out and you can win the European Cup, that says to me, you were actually Europe's best manager at that time. That's a huge statement. Yeah, and that's why I look at Guardiola and say, you know what, City, yeah, they had problems last season. They finished fourth. They fucked up against Leicester. They fucked up against United, of all teams. But, yeah, in fact, if he doesn't win the league with that, he deserves to be sacked, in all honesty.
fair with City, they fucked up when they hired Pellegrini. Because, you know, they should have gone after Guardiola a long time. I know he was at Bayern and he was at Barcelona.
Yeah, they were kind of getting the foundations ready for him, you know.
Yeah. But I mean, even if you got someone like Ancelotti was flying around for a bit, wasn't he as well?
Yeah.
So I mean, they should have just got someone class to begin with, you know.
Well,
They've done it now. So
they certainly have done it now, and there you go. Like the only decision we made is the Premier League winner. I imagine that every single person who watches this video disagrees with some part of the video, so please.
Except Man City fans, right?
Oh yeah, apart from Man City fans. So let us know what you think down below in the comments. Like I'm sure you've all, tell us what is your top 20 this season. I'm so excited. I'm really, really excited to see it happen. Whatever happens, come on Liverpool.
And also as well, in Middlesbrough's defence, I forgot that they signed those players.
That's all right. That's fine.
Crediting yourself on each other.
They're still going down.